China's state-run broadcast company, CCTV, recently opened new studios here in Washington and began broadcasting a fresh slate of English language programming. CCTV hopes this will expand the company's global reach. VOA's William Ide toured that facility.
4, 3, 2.
In less than 5 months, CCTV America hired more than 65 people and began broadcasting 1 hour of programming a day from the U.S. Capitol. And while it's still a work in progress, the company plans to hire more people this year and gradually increase its broadcasting hours. It has managed to lure seasoned journalists, anchors, producers, and editors away from Al Jazeera, Fox News, the BBC, and others. The salaries are competitive, and sources tell VOA that in some cases they are 20% higher than what the new employees were making elsewhere. Philippine says his decision to join was not about the money, but about being a part of history.
This is a very special operation, if you will, or project that will define the relationship between China and the U.S. for the decades to come.
The launch of CCTV America's programming came just 1 week before Chinese Vice President Xi Jinping arrived in Washington for a major visit. Xi is widely expected to become China's next leader.
Analysts say China's aggressive effort to expand its global media presence is not only about putting its own spin on major developing stories, but growing Beijing's soft power as well.
And one of the biggest questions the expansion raises is, how does a state-run media organization operate overseas? In China, state media are expected to put the party's interests first. But Chinese journalists also feel a growing responsibility to be a voice for the people, and frequently those interests clash. Those interviewed at CCTV America say they won't shy away from touchy topics and note the operation is locally controlled. Barbara Dury, the senior producer of a news magazine program called America's Now, says the door is wide open for coverage.
They didn't hire us saying, we want you to do this. They hired us saying, we really want your experience and your expertise. We want to raise, our level, our profile. We want to follow your lead. Now, when that changes, that could be a different story.
Jim Laurie, a veteran foreign correspondent and executive consultant for CCTV, says portraying the state broadcaster as just a mouthpiece for the Chinese government ignores the complexity of what the broadcaster does.
I put this channel in the same context as I would put an Al Jazeera. Is it the mouthpiece of the Qataris? Or CNN, is it the mouthpiece of commercial broadcasting in Atlanta? Is the BBC the mouthpiece of the British government? I leave it to you to judge those kind of things.
There's no reason, Laurie adds, that China should not be able to do quality, objective, and respectable television. William Ide, VOA News, Washington.